One of the tastiest times of the year, special deals in the heart of the lakes for Taste of Keego 2.0. That includes some of your favorite chocolate treats at Dwaar Chocolate. Joining us now is the founder of that local business, Rajani Konkupudi, with us on the Splash Live. Thank you so much for being with us.
Hi, Tyler. Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Yeah, happy to have you on as we explore Taste of Keego 2.0 in the heart of the lakes for you. Coming up this weekend, your special deals will go into effect in the last couple days of Taste of Keego. What are you offering to the heart of the lakes and the greater community?
So this year, we have decided we will introduce our sipping chocolate. It is 100% dark chocolate with oat milk and sugar to taste. So it's totally up to you guys when you come in, if you want it hot, cold, whatever. But I think hot chocolate, right? So that's exactly what we're going to do this time of the year, hot chocolate. Sipping hot chocolate, the way it should be.
And it's going to be a great weekend for that as well. With temperatures still a little bit on the colder side out there, and perfect place to get out of the cold and join some friendly people in the heart of the lakes for some tasty treats. Now, this is a great way to get people engaged in the community with our local businesses. What are your thoughts on Taste of Keego 2.0 and how it helps to support small businesses like yours in a close-knit community like Keego Harbor?
Especially with the cold season around, everybody wants to just stay home, not want to venture out. But this is a great idea where people are now exposed to other food groups around here. So people will have an incentive to go and taste local cuisine. It could be lunches, dinners, chocolate treats like us, anything around. So it actually brings a lot of people out and introduces them to us. So it actually is a great way for our business to thrive and help the community also understand that we are around here.
Rajani Konkupudi is with us. She is the founder and the owner of Dwaar Chocolate, located in Keego Harbor, participating in Taste of Keego 2.0, which runs through February 2nd at participating restaurants. More information on those participating restaurants, including Dwaar Chocolate and their deals, can be found on Facebook at KH Parks. So this is still a relatively new eatery that you have here in Keego Harbor. As you've gone through these first few months and started to explore what it really means to be a close part of this community in greater West Bloomfield. What have you learned so far, and how has that maybe inspired you to move forward and continue to have this great success you're having in Keego?
So it's not only bringing people and buying chocolate, right? It's not just about the customers. It's also about the relationships that you build with these customers. I've always emphasized on relationships, and my medium to connect with people is through chocolate. So right from the source, we know our farmers, or we know our source of our origin for the cocoa beans. It could be different countries, but along those lines, the end customer at this point not only becomes a customer, but also becomes a friend. And over time, we've developed so many relationships with the local community and members of the community. So I think that's what keeps us going.
And we got to see so many of those relationships be formed, and those smiling faces, getting to meet other people and getting to know one of our local businesses recently when Jake Schaff from our team went out to your restaurant to learn more on one of your special classes. And you can see that on our website right now, civiccentertv.com, as well as across our social media. And he also had a chance to talk to you about sort of your origin in this business, because you're not a long-time chocolatier. This is something that, look, you have an interest in, you started a business, but how did you get into this?
It was all by accident. I took a chocolate making class, and walking out of the class, I was like, oh, I can do this, I guess. And I had no idea what roasting was involved, how the different profiles worked. I just assumed you take a bunch of cocoa beans, roast them, and you grind them. And once I started doing that, I realized it's not the same. And you get deeper and deeper into it, and you're making all this chocolate, and you're tasting that, everything is so different from what you find on the store shelves. The origin from Tanzania tastes completely different from Ecuador or from the Dominican Republic. And so now you're questioning yourself, and you're digging yourself deeper into that hole of chocolate. And over time, you're like, oh, this is something I can do. And you develop the knack to taste, and then you bring in my cultural background, and now we're pairing things that you've not seen before, like peppers and spices into chocolate. And I'm like, oh, we have something that people like.
And so you're not just a food scientist now in this capacity, you're an artist as well. And so with that coming up, you have all these different creative ideas that you've brought to it, including from other cultures that maybe don't get associated with chocolate very often. So Rajani, as we look toward the future and you continue that artistry at your business, what are some products that maybe you're exploring now that people may see at Dwaar Chocolate in the near future?
So apart from the sipping chocolate, which we're introducing for the very first time, as Americans, we drink Swiss Miss. But this is European chocolate, where we're talking about 100% ground chocolate. We're not removing any fat content from it. So apart from introducing the sipping chocolate, we are also introducing some teas, cocoa teas. It could be Ayurvedic infusions. It could be a regular run-of-the-mill tea, dipped tea. So that could be one that we're working on. And hopefully tomorrow we'll have things for people to taste as they come through. We're also working on summer treats like fudgesicles, chocolate fudgesicles. And we're also introducing bonbons, which we have not done in the past. I have always focused on making chocolate, grinding the chocolate, understanding profiles. Now we're going to be more creative and start bringing them into a part of a bonbon or a confection. So those are some things that we are planning for this summer.
You can find Dwaar Chocolate in the heart of Keego Harbor, just south of Portman Street on Cass Lake Road in the heart of the lakes. Really that restaurant row where so many of those restaurants are participating in Taste of Keego 2.0. You can also learn more about Dwaar Chocolate by visiting their website. That is dwaarchocolate.com, D-W-A-A-R, chocolate.com. And joining us on the program is their founder and owner, Rajani Konkupudi, as they're one of many restaurants continuing their participation in Taste of Keego 2.0 this weekend. Rajani, as you look forward to the future beyond Taste of Keego 2.0, how important is it for you as a business owner, as a restaurant owner in the heart of the lakes, to continue your support for other restaurants and them for you in this capacity well beyond this annual event?
We are a small community in Keego Harbor, surrounded by West Bloomfield Hills, and everybody. So I think it is very important for us all to stick together and form this food community where we share ideas, support each other, especially if there's a need. So it is very important, I would say, to stay in this area, not just this time of the year or Keego Harbor, Taste of Keego Harbor 2.0, but definitely throughout the year.
The deals continue all weekend long at the Taste of Keego 2.0. Restaurants all across the heart of the lakes. Make sure you take your detour and come on over to Dwaar Chocolate for a tasty treat during your weekend as well. Rajani, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me, Tyler.